cup of tea. The purpose live, it's time to feast with BLT icon, bringing you the heat. Static on the dial and the crackle in the air, feeling like a rebel in the days where...
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the BRP Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. It has been quite the eventful weekend, quite the eventful day, as today, Tuesday, September 30th, the MLB playoffs have officially kicked off. And surprise, surprise, the Tigers have gone ahead and they beat the Guardians in game one, 2-1 with a gem of a game from Tariq Skubal. 14 Ks in that game, so great performance there. Right now, I know the Yankees and the Sox are playing. That should be a bigger thing. Nobody's really talking about them anymore. So you know what? We're not going to talk about them either. We're going to talk about other stuff because we're cool like that. What we're going to talk about first and foremost is welcome back and what are you guys drinking? Billy, let's start off with you. What are you drinking today, sir?
Just got some lime water.
Lime water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, that's I'm good with that. Luca, what about you? What are you drinking?
Taste of the Rockies.
Oh, went a little bit old school there. Domestic.
Yeah. Dumb question. When did they change their can and why don't they fit in our lovely Yetis? Like, what is this a new ploy to get us to buy all new Yetis again?
Probably. I absolutely don't doubt that one bit. There's always a new ploy. So, well, speaking of ploys, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that the NFL is a big ploy and nothing matters, nothing's real, and it's full of big surprises this year. First quarter of the season is done, so we're through week 4. The bye weeks have started. So for all you fantasy owners, sorry, I have like 3 or 4 buys this week myself because I'm a dumbass and I pick all the players from the same team in the same bye week. I never look at that shit. So going into the bye week, I would love to talk to you guys about like first quarter NFL season. Like it's the first quarter of the season. What are the biggest surprises that you guys have seen? I know, just talking out loud, taking a look at the AFC North, the Steelers sitting at 3-1 in first place while the Ravens are at 1-3, possibly without Lamar Jackson for a bit. You also got Daniel Jones taking the Colts to 3-1 and CJ Stroud struggling with the Texans who are 1-3, kind of looking like the Texans of old. You know, and then you got the Packers. They were supposed to be the best team in the NFL. And they're sitting there at 2-1-1 after a tie with the Dallas Cowboys, who the Bears just beat to a bloody pulp the week before. What is happening? So I want to reach out to you guys because I don't know how to take the first quarter of this NFL season. What are some of your biggest surprises? Billy, I'm going to start with you. What's your biggest surprise of the NFL's first quarter of the 2025 season?
Man, there's so many things that aren't surprising. So I have to think about what actually surprises me. Daniel Jones surprises me. Mm-hmm. He's actually making a good comeback. And I said that before that I think people just go to the Giants to die. So he's doing pretty good in the Colts. Kind of surprised about the Steelers. Like I had faith in Aaron Rodgers. I felt like there's still some gas left in the tank, but to be playing as well as they are, surprised with how well DK Metcalf's been playing. Not surprised about CJ Stroud. He sucks ass. He sucked last year too, so I feel like he's in the junior slump.
Oh, yep.
And that's really the things that stick out most to me. Okay,
all fair points. DK Metcalf, I think he's liking having Aaron Rodgers throw him the football, so that's a good thing there. Let me follow up on that real quick with you guys. Aaron Rodgers, current day, throwing to DK Metcalf or Geno Smith with the Seahawks throwing to DK Metcalf. Who do you think he liked better? Luca, let's start with you on this one. Who do you think DK Metcalf is enjoying more as a quarterback throwing him the football?
If you don't say Rodgers, I mean, come on. You have a Hall of Famer throwing you the ball all the time, and it's just you. There's nobody else on the team. And Rodgers is at that point of his career where he's going to just feed his favorite. So DK's got to be loving it. I mean, he's showing up now this past week. Wow, I turned on the game and he had like over 100 yards at halftime or something like that.
Yeah, well, he had that one big one, that one after Rodgers took the smelling salts, he hit him on that slant pattern and took it for it. That almost reminds me of Packers glory days. Just saying. Billy, what about you? What are your thoughts on that? Who does DK like better throwing him the football?
I agree with Luca. How can you not pick Aaron Rodgers in that scenario? I mean, one of the best pure passers in the game. I mean, I'd take him at 70 than I would Geno Smith.
Okay, well, so here's where I'm going to differ from you guys a little bit. I feel like Geno Smith had to launch the ball further, so all DK had to do was just run a fly route, jump up and grab the ball, right? But he didn't have to work for all those yards going up through the middle. So, and most of the time, Geno was just throwing balls away anyway, so he had to make the acrobatic catches. Here, it's a little more with Aaron, do your job, hit your route, I'll hit you in stride, and you'll score a touchdown. That's not as fun as jumping up and trying to moss somebody. So I think fun-wise, I think you like Geno a little bit more, but I think he can appreciate the just do your job kind of quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. So my thought, that was totally off topic.
Can I say something off topic too then?
No, you cannot.
Oh, never mind then.
Just this once, okay? I'll let you go.
Okay.
But you have like 4 seconds.
If you guys got to play catch with Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, who would you rather catch a ball from? And how many fingers would you have left after attempting to catch the ball?
Eesh. That's a great question. I'll just Aaron Rodgers. I do not want to catch a ball from Brett Favre. I'll probably catch a picture after that too. So
I'll just say Brett Favre because I watched him grow up as a kid.
That's fair. Just to your point, my fingers are sausagey enough as it is. I don't need them to be broken and be in all different directions. So I'll stick with Aaron.
Where do you plan on sticking your fingers?
Oh,
you mean catching the ball? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Nowhere. Okay, Luca, thanks for throwing that in there. I do want to find out though, for real, like, what's your biggest surprise in this first quarter in the NFL season?
Jaguars are 3-1. I did not see that coming. I got zero respect for them. Just zero respect.
No respect for them. How are the Jaguars 3-1? That is a good point. I didn't even go there with them.
Like I don't even know what they did in the offseason. Other than get rid of receivers. And then I think they got one more. Oh, yeah, Travis Hunter. They got Travis Hunter, and he's not even doing anything. So, I don't know. That was my number one surprise. A lot of what Billy was saying, like, spot on with individuals. I didn't see CMC lasting this long. So, shocker that he's still alive, and he's not crippled with all these other NFL players. Like, my goodness, who's next?
Right. No, that's a good point. God, I wish I could. I agree with all of the things that you guys have said. I'm trying to think of like what my biggest surprise is. One, it's the fact that we're 4 weeks through the season already. Like, holy shit, how did this happen? We're into October basically. So that's probably my biggest surprise. Not too surprised with the division leaders, except I am surprised that the Ravens sitting at 1-3. I could care less about the Chiefs. Lions, I kind of expected to be there. I didn't expect us to beat them. I think maybe I'm going to go with probably how good Emeka Egbuka is down there in Tampa Bay. I mean, watching that game, just the catches he was making. Baker's calling him out for being like, yeah, I don't like the one-handed catches, make me look bad, but he's having a fun time with them. Like, right, he's a fit down there with, especially with Mike Evans out now. The fact that Egbuka is doing that good as a wide receiver, is he the next Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson? Is he along those lines of first-year breakout wide receivers? Speaking of wide receivers, I actually have a franchise bench cut for you guys. We haven't done one of these in a while. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get our thinking caps on because it's actually one of the guys we just talked about. We're going to franchise bench cut after 4 games in the NFL. Rookie wide receivers, Tetiora McMillan, Matthew Golden, and Emeka Egbuka. Now, remember, this is 4 games into the NFL season, and you have to franchise one of these guys right now. You have to cut one. Say bye. Then you're giving the other guy a chance to hang out with you. So, franchise bench cut, McMillan, Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka. Billy, let's start with you. Where are you going?
Good question. I will franchise Egbuka. I think he's just having a little bit better of a start to to the season. I don't think he's there yet, like you said, with the same level as Chase and Jefferson. Maybe he could be, but we'll see. Golden, I'll bench just because he's on the Packers and I'm a homer. And McMillan can be cut because he's a Panther, I think, right? Is he a Panther?
He's a Panther.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. He's got Bryce Young throwing him the football, so just FYI there.
Yep.
Okay. Luca, same, different? What are you thinking with these three guys?
I'm a homer. I got a franchise Golden. If only a guy could get him the ball, he'd be just fine.
Okay.
Egbuka, I'm going to bench him just because he does have a guy who can throw him the ball. And I'm going to cut McMillan for the exact same reason that Billy said. He's a Panther.
Well, all right.
And he also has a guy who can't throw a ball.
Harsh on Tetiora McMillan there. So I'm going to probably run with Emeka Egbuka. I'm going to franchise this guy. And it's going to be along the lines of what you guys are saying, but I'm also going to franchise him based on the fact of their quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield's going to sling the ball to Egbuka for the rest of his career, basically. So I'm going to franchise him, especially because Baker's throwing him the ball. Honestly, I'm probably going to bench. This one hurts right now, but I'm going to bench McMillan. Tetiora McMillan. I'm going to bench him because I think there still is an upside to Bryce Young that hasn't been realized yet. Him and CJ Stroud, right? You saw more of a growth pattern with Bryce Young versus CJ Stroud. So anyway, I think that's it's hard, but the only thing that has really impressed me with Matthew Golden is his toughness, because that little fella got beat up last game returning punts and he just got his ass handed to him basically. But I think you're starting to see a little bit of his size issue there because he's not the biggest wide receiver there. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna franchise Egbuka. I'm gonna bench McMillan. I'm gonna cut Matthew Golden. But I love the Golden pick. So anyway, franchise, bench, cut. What do you guys think? Are we happy with those choices?
Surprised you cut Golden.
Me too.
But I can kind of see it after going back and seeing the comments on the Cleveland game of where he had all that space and he ran out of bounds. I mean,
and that, right?
That's
like,
true.
what was
he
that?
probably could have turned it upfield.
Absolutely could have turned it upfield. Why didn't he? There should literally be an investigation into that game being fixed because there were so many things there that happened, and there's so many bad things done by a certain player, which we're going to get into right now. I don't know. This has always been a topic for us. Okay, everybody out there, we always talk about Jordan Love, and I think we need to bring it up again, but this time we need to look at it from a different angle. Maybe we need to think, is he overrated or is he underrated? So I think we're going to talk a little bit about the fact that, and this is going to come from me, but I do think stats are telling a different story for Jordan Love than what we're seeing on the football field. So, Billy, I'm going to start with you here just to get your initial thoughts. We're going to come back and forth and we'll continue talking, but give me your initial thoughts on that very first question. Is Jordan Love overrated or is he underrated?
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I mean, I'm going to say overrated, but Lucas made good points about why he's good and elite. I get it, and I agree. It's just there's just some things that he does that makes me still feel that he's a little overrated. Talk about the Cowboys game, that poor clock management in those last 15, 16 seconds or whatever it was. Was that LaFleur's fault, or was that for him for not running,
right,
the proper play or fast enough 2-minute drill, or whatever the case may be? I just felt like that example right there showed a lack of experience wherever it came from. So that was disappointing. They played the clock a little bit better. They maybe had a couple more shots for a touchdown instead of a fucking tie.
Yep.
He's, I don't know. I'm going to say overrated. I'm going to say, I say he's growing on me, but I'm still going to lean towards overrated.
Okay. So, Luca, before you go, and Billy, to try and sway you I'm going to bring in a stats picture here for you. Jordan Love made just his 35th start. Okay, that was back in week 2. Okay, but he became just the 5th NFL quarterback out of all the quarterbacks in the world and over time, right? Like only the 5th quarterback to have 60 plus touchdown passes, less than 25 interceptions, which he had 23. And this is all within his first 35 starts. And the only other people to do this, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Carson Wentz. Does that outlook change your thoughts on overrated, underrated?
Well, fuck. Now I don't know. Fucking no.
Right.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Stats tell us a different story.
I don't know. This is why I just sit here and speculate because I really don't know shit. But
Okay.
when you look at Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, and Rodgers, of course, they're elite quarterbacks in the league. You look at Carson Wentz, he kind of washed out a little bit. Now the only reason he's playing is because JJ McCarthy's injured. So maybe this could sway me. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just a little disappointed. Maybe the Packers in general are a little overrated.
Okay.
Luke has made good points about the defense sucking ass. They proved that against the Cowboys. So maybe the whole team is just a little overrated.
All right. So I want to jump to you, Luca, quick, because you have been for the longest time, you were a very big Jordan Love advocate. So I know last week you kind of swayed a little bit. Are you back on the Jordan Love train after this last week's performance? After looking at some of these stats, just let us know where you are on the stance. Is Jordan Love overrated or is he underrated?
I mean, this brings me back all the way to us arguing about who was MVP last year, and it wasn't the guy with the best stats. It was Josh Allen. And we don't watch every single Bills game like we watch every single Packers game. So I can only imagine what he did as far as game management to become the MVP. Obviously, there was something that we didn't see, and all we looked at was stats. And I'm so sick of looking at stats when you almost cost us the game, and there's so many dumb decisions being made. And he's overrated right now. And as Billy has said in the past, definitely not worth that contract because, God, it just pisses me off talking about it. And looking at the stats, and I'm like, cool, you could have all those stats. Lamar has all those stats, but how many times has he gone to the Super Bowl? How many times has he done anything?
Right.
And
Right.
I don't know, man. This season, like, it's year 3. You should be a little bit better. I know LaFleur calls a lot of stupid plays, and I know our offensive line is depleted. Defense, man, I was not happy I was right about that. I was literally being facetious when I said, like, oh, we're going to get exposed like always. Well, I didn't want to be right about it, which really sucks. So, yeah, but I think the Packers overall are overrated. But I don't even know where Micah Parsons was half that game. Was he on the Cowboys bench hanging out talking to him? I don't freaking know. But yeah, overall, I'm just a little crybaby, and I'm upset with the Green Bay Packers. And Jordan Love he's not impressing me, man. Not at all.
Okay. So just quick adding, Micah Parsons, by the way, somehow with his 1 sack at the end there, it was a touchdown saving sack, most likely. However, he was the highest rated football player out of all 16 games. Don't know how, don't know why, but he was. But I want to draw attention to Jordan Love against the Dallas Cowboys here. His stats were 31 of 43 for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, with a 118.1 passer rating. Okay. Those are what we would consider elite quarterback numbers. And the fact that, the Packers fell behind and he brought them back 4 times, actually, to be honest. That is elite quarterback talk. But now, one of the questions I posed in the ticker there, and I hope everyone's reading to ask this and to comment your thoughts on this, I didn't feel any confidence in Jordan Love. When he drops back, I never feel confident that we're going to have a good result in that play. I don't understand why out of shotgun he's dropping back 7 more yards, right? Like there's no need for that. Why doesn't he step up into the pocket more often? Why doesn't he hit the quick slant routes? Are we not running slant routes? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But I don't feel confident in. I see the numbers. They're right there. The stats are telling me that this guy is one of the best. Okay. And as a matter of fact, I got one more stats thing I want to share with you guys. Okay. So coming up on the screen, going to be a little hard to see, but I'll walk you guys through it. Filtered by touchdowns. Guess who's sitting there in third place? Jordan Love's got 8 touchdowns to 1 interception, and he's got 1,000 passing yards in the year through 4 games. So he's on pace for 4,000 yards. He's on pace for 32 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Okay, so those are elite quarterback numbers. And my wife's going to kill me for this, but right now, Jordan Love is better than Josh Allen. Now,
the Bills are 4-0.
Make that make sense. Okay, make that make sense. Jordan Love is better than Josh Allen stats-wise. Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring attention to, though, is like, our stats swaying not only us, but are they swaying the national media? Everyone who sees Packer games or just the results and the highlights, are they not getting the full story of Jordan Love? Where's the confidence? Because looking at all this, yeah, he's off to a better start than both Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. But from listening to you guys and what we know and what we see, it's not there. So should we be confident in Jordan Love? That's my last question for you, Billy. Should we be confident in his growth and where he's going to go? Does he become a future MVP?
Geez, future MVP.
Yeah,
That's hard. I don't think he's that popular yet. And it's a popularity contest. We've been down that road before. You know, thank goodness he has such a huge target in Romeo Dobbs, and I mean that because his helmet's fucking huge. So
yeah. Yes.
Thank God we have that.
Big.
Three touchdowns for the guy. That's great. So I don't know. You know what? This is not my expertise. So I want to ask: is Jordan Love that good, or are the receivers around him that good that are making him that good? I don't know. I mean,
I'll hop on Luca's points here about the receivers. Is we do drop a lot of balls yet, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't think the receivers are that good, but they do go make catch. I don't know. This makes it hard because everything tells us we're good, but then we watch the game, we're like, what the fuck is that? So, yeah, sorry.
I'll say sure. I'm confident in him that he's going to grow and develop and be, top 5 quarterback in the league or something like that. I have confidence in it. Part of that is the Packers fan of me that wants to see it happen.
Yes,
but
agreed.
You're throwing all these stats in front of us. How can you not be optimistic when you see that?
Right. No, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like it's almost like he's a little child. Like, you have to build up his confidence all the time. And the second you tell him no, all of a sudden he's going to throw a temper tantrum and throw the ball out the back of the end zone with 1 second barely on the clock.
Well, FYI, he got super lucky on that it bounced off of a player and not out the back of the end zone, because that would have run the clock out.
Yeah.
So just FYI.
And I don't know, man. The more you guys call him out, I start to look for it. I look for everything that you guys are calling out: the underthrows, the overthrows, the game management. And it's like, there's a lot of dumb stuff. And on top of like LaFleur's dumb play calls he calls every now and then, the combination of the two, I mean, it just makes Love look 10 times worse.
Okay.
And so maybe it's not necessarily the player. Maybe it could be the coach.
Or is it this big ass hat? I think it might be the big ass hat. It just keeps getting bigger, bro. So,
hey, at least he's happy and he's still playing.
You know who needs that? That fucking helmet. You know who needs that?
I think I know.
Someone just say the answer. We know who it's going to be.
Tua.
Of course.
Luca, what'd you call it? Tug?
Tua Tug. Um, his head bounced off the ground last night. He got up and he started laughing. I swear, I saw drool come out the side of his mouth. I'm like, there's nothing there. He's just randomly laughing, like,
Bro,
I didn't feel nothing, guys.
That guy's
Nope.
always getting his ass handed to him.
Speaking
man.
of the Dolphins, real quick, I've never seen somebody so fucking happy to have a season-ending injury last night. And Tyreek Hill,
Yeah, absolutely.
motherfucker is getting carted off the field. He's all like, "Hey, bye, blowing fucking kisses. Thank
He's
God,
happy.
I don't have to get led in traffic by two anymore."
Oh god, it was great.
He was
It
literally
great.
yelling it out, it sounded like.
Man.
I think they came back and said like something along the lines that he was just trying to laugh through the pain or something like that. So I don't know.
That looks
does
so
track.
gruesome. His leg.
Yeah.
Did I send it to you guys? Oh no,
I've
I'll
seen
have
it.
to send it to you after this. Yeah, he's like sitting there on the ground, his legs facing a completely different way and everything. I'm like, oh, that is graphic.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks something like what I'm bringing up. Like,
Don't.
can you see his leg there in the picture? That's why. Let's take a look at Tua real quick, Tua. So,
And the coach, little Scarface action.
yep,
Jeez.
little FYI, Riot Comedy on TikTok. I'm just calling them out because those guys are fucking hilarious. I love their skits. So go check them out. Riot Comedy on TikTok. But yeah, Tua's eyes right there and Tyreek's leg. Oof, rough. But yeah, cocaine with McDonald too. So whatever.
Dolphins unis looked sick last night, though.
Oh,
Say that.
those were
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Those have got to be my most favorite. Is like just blacked out Dolphins
sure.
uniforms. Those are sick.
good. Yeah,
They
those
are,
were
yeah.
good. What do you guys think of these rivalry uniforms so far?
I like them. Yeah.
So I absolutely loved what the Cardinals did. Even down to their field. I'm trying to bring that up. It was probably the best field design I've ever seen. So I love what they did there. And yeah, the Dolphins looked amazing. Here, I'm bringing up the Cardinals field right now. But if you look at those end zones.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man, I do wish they would just do this all the time, right? Like the Cardinals, to me, their rivalry uniform, probably the best uniform they ever had, should just stick with it and run with it. Their field's perfect now. The logo is perfect now. I just
And props to that uniforms team too, because they had to like do all those uniforms and then make one in youth size for Kyler Murray and have an alternate. I mean, props. They hustled around the clock.
Yeah, they did. That sweatshop was going crazy, bro.
Good thing they're in a different time zone.
Oh, yeah, right. Let's do it today. No, it's actually tomorrow. Oh yeah, no. So to your point though, love the Dolphins uniforms, love the Cardinals uniforms so far. Have been amazing.
Those helmets were pretty sick too. Like the matte white, get out.
Yeah, it was nice.
And the copper little additions, yeah, really really cool.
Yep.
I will still never buy one as long as I live here. To be honest, I had no idea what they even looked like until they were on the field. I was like, oh, that's a thing. I don't pay attention to any of the Cardinal fans down here.
It's the Cardinals.
Right.
So, well, okay. I do want to switch gears here real quick. I want to shift into something super important because we're getting into October. That's October baseball. I don't remember if we touched on it last week, so we're going to touch on it now. The Milwaukee Brewers, obviously, we're homers, wearing, sporting the Brewers stuff. Yep, they did win the NL Central. sorry.
I have a Gators hat on.
Oh, it was backwards. I was going to say, I swear, if this guy is wearing a Cubs hat, come on, man.
Oh, fuck, no, never.
But the Brewers did win the NL Central for the third year in a row. We did set a new high, like a team high, with 97 wins, something the Brewers have never done. 96 was the previous high from 21 and 2018. So just like the Brewers stated there, the greatest regular season in Brewers history. So congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers. especially in a year when we did lose Bob Uecker. Really excited. They did secure the number 1 seed. The Phillies got the 2. That came down to we needed the Phillies to lose one for us, and luckily they did. So that was good to see. I don't think the Brewers have ever had home field advantage through the postseason. So let's take a look at the postseason field, shall we? Let's take a look, and we see in the NL, the Brewers got the 1, Phillies got the 2, Dodgers got the 3. They had a pretty down year for the payroll that they have. Not as bad as the Mets because the Mets suck, but Cubs got a 4, and the Padres got a 5, and the Reds got a 6. So let's just start with the NL Central here. Is there anything that stands out to you guys? Anything we didn't expect? Anything that was a surprise? And at the end of this, I want you guys to kind of walk me through what you think is going to happen for the NL this postseason. And Billy, Luca, let's start with you on this one.
All right. Well, the surprise of the NL Central, having Cincinnati just come up out of nowhere. A great bullpen with that team. Of course, they have Brent Suter.
Yeah.
That's probably the rock there, even though I'm just a homer cheering for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool seeing the playoffs, how it worked out. I'm so glad it worked out like this. I'm so glad the Mets aren't in there.
Yeah.
Because fuck them after last year. I mean, Key West, we had to watch it together, and it was so heartbreaking. Good old Pete Alonso. I had to take that autographed baseball and put it away after that. Yeah, I'll tell you.
We're better than that.
If we're looking at the playoffs, man, I hope somebody beats the Phillies. Billy, we got to go to that game on Labor Day, and every single time the Brewers did something, the Phillies did it just a little bit better that day, and it sucked. But of course, Brewers World Series, I'd love to see that. And if you're looking at the AL, I mean, I've always wanted I'm going to say this as a kid right now. I've always wanted to see Brewers versus Red Sox.
Hold on to that. Hold on to that thought. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get to there. Let's just focus on the NL now. So who do you thinking? Let's jump to the NLCS. I'm assuming you think the Brewers are going to go there.
Yeah.
So who do you see the Brewers playing in the NLCS?
I'm hoping LA. We've messed them up so many times. Yeah, we've messed them up so many times. I want to stick it to them one more time just to have that sweet, sweet nectar of victory.
All right.
Maybe sweep them again, you know?
They have been our Achilles heel in the playoffs. It's been the Dodgers many years. It's like the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers 93, 94, 95. It's the Dodgers are the Cowboys to the Brewers being the Packers. So if you're good with it and you want to see the Dodgers, okay, let's go. Billy, I want to see what you think about the NL postseason matchups. What are you thinking?
Well, first I'll say I agree with Luca. The Reds sneaking in was kind of cool. I did like what the Brewers did for them by putting their whatever their banner or whatever on the screen so they can take their picture and all that. That was kind of a classy move. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to see them take the Phillies down rather than the Dodgers. Although, I mean, fuck both those teams and either one, like whatever. But to Luca's point about the Labor Day game, do Phillies fans really travel that well? Because when we went there were so many Phillies fans.
Really?
I was actually shocked.
Yeah,
so,
there was a lot.
There was a lot. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared of both teams. I'm worried about, like, I believe in superstition. So yeah, we swept the Dodgers twice. So maybe the Dodgers come get us. Right? We swept the Dodgers twice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm like, okay, can we do it for a third time, or they get us? I kind of feel like maybe our luck ran out with them. That's where the superstitious part of me goes. But Brewers surprising this year just with the whole home field advantage, like you said. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, haven't really seen that.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But I do agree. I think they make it to the NLCS for sure.
Okay.
So I'll say Phillies.
All right. I'm going to expand on this a little bit. I do think so. I think the Brewers are going to end up playing the Cubs in the NLDS. I think the Cubs are just a little bit hotter right now than the Padres are. Well, you know what? I lied. I take that back. The Padres. I'm going to go with the Padres. The Cubs got game 1 today in the wild card, but I think the Padres come back. They've won 7 of their last 10, so they're 7-3, where the Cubs are 4-6. So I think the Padres make it to the Brewers, but I think the Brewers are able to upend the Padres, even though our last series against them was not so great. I think the Brewers make it to the NLCS. On the upper part of that bracket there, I do believe the Reds are coming in hot, right? The Reds are, what are they, 7-3 in their last 10? But the Dodgers are 8-2. So the Dodgers are coming in hot as well. Dodgers have won 5 in a row. That's a scary thought. They're up 1-0 right now at this current moment. So I think the Dodgers take out the Reds. I think the Dodgers are just too good. I do think the Dodgers beat the Phillies because the Phillies backed into the playoffs at 5-5. Not as bad as us at 4-6, but I think a lot of why we backed into the playoffs was because our starting pitching and our relief pitching was kind of in shambles these last 2 weeks. Quintana was out. McGill was out. DL Hall was out. It's like we didn't have Woodruff is out. Our guys weren't there. So go ahead, Luca.
To add to your point, did you see our pitching? Who all the guys we called up? Carlos Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gasser's alive. He got called up. Like
Gasser struggled though these last couple of games. I don't know if he's going to be a part of that bullpen or not, but the Miz is struggling. All-star there, he's struggling. So our pitching just kind of fell apart for us. So hopefully these last, we set everybody up for the NLTS. Let's hope that Freddie, who FYI should be the Cy Young over Paul Skeens. The only thing Paul Skeens has is ERA. Freddie's got the wins. He's got whatever. It's Freddie. So
we gotta have a little talk about that later on.
We should definitely talk about that. But I think the Brewers pitching, if it rounds back into form here, if Woodruff is able to go for us, our first 4, if you have 4 guys coming, you got Peralta, you'd have Woodruff, you have Priester, you have Quintana. That's 4 starters that are going to win you a game right there. So I think the Brewers, Dodgers meet in the NLCS in a rematch of 2018. But this time I think the Brewers take it. So that's the NL side of things. Now I want to bump over to the AL side of things where there is a surprise at number 1 and 2. I think, and number 2's got one of us here a little giddy. But the Blue Jays are in at number 1. The Mariners, they clinched the AL West for the first time in 20 years, I think. So they're sitting in at number 2. Then you got the Guardians at 3. Then you got the Yankees at 4, Red Sox at 5, and the Tigers at 6. So let's focus on the AL side of things here. Billy, what are you thinking? I think there's one team you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, my other team are the Mariners, so I would love to see them make a run for it. And God, here the superstitious part of me now is I don't want to do too much on it because I do want to see the Brewers win the World Series. But I mean, I would love to see the Mariners make it too.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. We'll get to World Series hopefuls here in a minute. I'm curious because the Tigers took game 1 against the Guardians. Who do you think the Mariners are going to end up playing, Tigers or Guardians in that?
Well, part of me wants to agree with what you said months ago when baseball first rolled out that you thought the Guardians were going to be the sneaky good AL team this year. Didn't you?
It was the Tigers.
Tigers, you said. Well, fuck me.
Sorry.
I'll still say Guardians. Fuck it.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. The Guardians are hot, right? They've won 7 of their last 10. The Tigers, on the other hand, have won 2 of their last 10. So they definitely backed into the playoffs. They're actually losing the division there to the Guardians. So, Luca, give me your thoughts on the AL side of things here.
Man, you gotta love all the teams that are in it minus that 4 seed.
Yeah.
Small market teams, Detroit, Cleveland, Seattle, McLovin. You gotta love it all. And man, yeah, I don't care who wins in round 1 with Dodgers, Cleveland, teach their own on that one. I'm rooting for Billy because of Seattle. I'd like to see them go to the ALCS. I hope Boston and New York kind of take each other out just so we have more small market teams. But like I said, slipped up earlier, I'd like to see Boston win. I kind of want to see Boston against Seattle in the ALCS just so we have a whole bunch of BS in a series. Play on
Boston,
Yep.
Seattle. I get it. Yep.
Yeah. So, as long as those two teams make it to the ALCS, love it.
All right. My 2 cents here on the AL side of things is I do think the Tigers take them from the Guardians. I think it's going to be Tigers, Mariners in the ALDS, and I do think it's going to be the Yankees, Blue Jays, just because that is a budding rivalry right now. The Yankees have won 9 of 10. They're going in super hot. So I think it's going to be Yankees, Blue Jays. And I think the Yankees are just going to continue going all the way to the ALCS, and it'll be against the Mariners. Yankees, Mariners, ALCS, just like back in 1999 or 2000, when the Mariners were so good with Edgar Martinez and Griffey and Buhner and all them guys. Like, it's going to be a rematch of that. That's going to be an exciting ALCS. I can't wait to see who comes out of that. What we should, I really like this. This was an image that I got off of, I don't know if it's MLB. I'm trying to find it right now. All right. World Series hopes. Taking a look back at this. All right, this was from Fox. They posted up there like, what matchup do we want to see this year? And there's every possibility up there. I think all of us are homers, and we're all thinking the Brewers are going to go in the NLCS. So who do we want to see the Brewers play? There's options up there for the Blue Jays, the Mariners, Tigers, the Guardians, the Red Sox, the Yankees. Out of all those, who do we want to see the Brewers go up against? Billy, let's start with you.
I gotta say, Mariners Brewers.
Yeah, that would just be great, wouldn't it?
And I will go to a game with you guys, and I'll wear my Brewers shirt with my Mariners hat, and hopefully I don't get my ass beat in the parking lot.
But you can't
back.
if you have them both. So
Okay, that's fair.
all right, so Mariners, Brewers for Billy. That would be just, again, the MLB wants to see New York and Philadelphia, an East Coast big market World Series. That's what the MLB wants. We all know that. It's nothing new. So the MLB, try to be unpredictable once and try something else. Luca, what are your thoughts on a World Series matchup? What would you want to see?
I did slip up a little bit earlier. I was like, it's always been my dream to have the Red Sox versus Brewers, just to see the Brewers have an opportunity to look and see what ticket pricing would be. No, I can't still afford it. To go to Fenway and watch a World Series game there.
Oh,
But-
that would be pretty cool.
But I'm going to hop on Billy's train and ride with Seattle and the Brewers. It's what we all want to see. I mean, Cal Raleigh, you got all these guys from Arizona who got traded up there. They're all just smashing the crap out of the ball. It's absolutely amazing to watch. And why not? Like, two young teams that aren't known for winning every single year. It's the series we deserve. It really is.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go Reds Yankees. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. God, if there was a series that I personally want to see, I want to see Brewers, Yankees.
Oh,
Wow.
There's a couple reasons for me, selfishly, personally. My brother lives out in New York. Maybe I could get out there. We'll see. I'd have a place to stay. See a game, or we would.
That'd be cool.
The family would have a chance to go out there. I do want to see the drama though, because they swept us to start the season. Yeah, and we were looking just down and out. Devin Williams, Caleb Durbin, that trade that's played out for everybody. I feel like there's a lot there to work around. And then to see the mighty Brewers topple the New York Yankees, I think that'd be incredible. Because some of my favorite memories come from the World Series we all really wanted to see. Okay. We never did get the chance to see this one, unfortunately. But let me bring it up. So we wanted to see a Major League World Series. Okay. And this just made my day the other day when someone posted this. But how great would it be? Because this team also beat the Yankees, FYI. So Jake Taylor, you had Wild Thing. AI is amazing. Pedro Serrano. This is, the Cleveland Indians back in the day celebrating a World Series win. So anyway, I would love to see a Major League World Series someday. But to be fair,
I love how Charlie Sheen in that one looked like his current self right now. He didn't look very young in that photo.
yep, yep. So, and there's the guy right there, Harry Doyle,
Oh gosh.
also known as Bob Euchre. Unfortunately, Bob drank Jack, not Crown Royal. So, but that's what I would love to see. Do you guys remember who played the Duke for the New York Yankees in the movie Major League?
You have something about this.
I can picture him, but I don't.
So the guy that played the Duke, the closer at the end for the Yankees, his name was Willie Miller. Willie Miller played for the Milwaukee Brewers, and then he was in that movie, Major League. I was lucky enough to get to know him. I believe he was a city worker here for where we live. And I got to coach his son in football. Really great family. Nothing but great things to say about them. It's so unique knowing that I got a chance to, interact with this individual who played the Duke. Such a scary guy the first time. I'm like, oh, damn. But great guy, great family. But pretty cool. He was a former brewer and just a city guy here where we live. So very cool.
That's cool.
That's my little note on Major League. Just still one of the best movies. Throw that on as often as I can. So,
Mm-hmm.
All right, we covered a lot today. We covered a lot with NFL. We covered a lot with October baseball coming up. Man, there's so much good stuff coming. I look forward to how the Brewers do. Hopefully, now that the Mets broke our curse, hopefully the Brewers can win one for Euchre. So, on that note, I'm going to toss it up to you guys. Is there anything that you'd like to close down the Burt Bar with today?
Go ahead, Luca.
I would just like to thank all my fantasy football players on my teams for not completely dying, except for Lamar. I didn't even know he was hurt until today.
Yeah.
No idea what happened to him. So, but other than that, I'd like to thank my players for not dying like everybody else's. So there's that.
Yeah. Good luck with the buys this week. Billy, anything you want to finish up with today?
Yeah, I'll say something. I think the NFL needs to pony up the dough, and they need to go back to real grass in the stadiums.
Yes.
Shout out to Ben for dropping this fun fact to
yeah.
me the other day. He said that MetLife Stadium is replacing all their artificial turf with real grass just for the FIFA World Cup because
Really?
they are demanding real grass to protect the players and shit. So if they can do it for one World Cup, every 4 years, they should do it for the NFL. The owners need to stop being cheap. They need to look at all these injuries. When you have this artificial turf, when you have this much of, this artificial turf and you're on concrete underneath, it's just not good for the players anymore. I mean, look at all the people that are blowing their Achilles out and blowing their knees out. They need to bring back real grass.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Or even, like some teams have developed what the Packers have had for a while is that synthetic grass where everything's woven in together and it's a mixture. But the base is still grass, right?
Yeah.
And the players have been asking for it for a long time. And I think that's something because you look at Malik Neighbors now, he's lost the whole year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the verge of being one of the best wide receivers in the game. It's so unfortunate. Tyreek Hill, they have real grass in Miami, and he just blew the fuck out of his leg. So obviously he was happy. So whatever, But no, great point though. I agree with you guys. I do think the NFL should move back to regular grass. It is amazing though if you think about it. Back in the day, remember when AstroTurf was just a rug?
Yeah,
it just hurt to fall on, but they didn't blow anything out because they were run with regular shoes, I think. So, but yeah, I think our bodies too we're like building ourselves out to be machines, and they can't move that fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, I don't have too much to finish with today. I'm just I'm excited to see where baseball goes. I'm hoping the Brewers can, or the Packers, I'm sorry, well, the Packers can take the bye week here, reset, find what they need, because there's something missing somewhere. Find it. Maybe it's just getting your offensive line healthy. Maybe it's getting some of your guys back on defense. I don't know. We've to Luca's point, we've gotten exposed the last 2 weeks, and we have to do better. If not, I'm just fingers crossed that the Brewers can be who we thought they were. So, all right. On that note, let's close down the bar, fellas. Here's a toast to the BRP podcast. Here's a toast to you guys, and let's
Hey, T. West, how's your butthole feel after Billy just ransacked it last week?
Yeah, tuning into the boat. Let's get it. Let's get it.